All right, we're live.
All right.
How we doing?
Oh, we are doing all right, man. How about yourself?
Doing all right. Yeah,
Yeah, it's never a bad day in Bitcoin. So, hey, I
for
love
sure.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about some news about MSTR, institution institutions coming in, a little bit about Iran. We're gonna talk about money, characteristics of money, and basically why Bitcoin will absorb the total, well, all the wealth in the world, basically. So, yeah,
yeah, for sure. Let's get into it. It's always good to have
yeah,
another perspective. It's not just me ranting
that's
alone
true.
all the time.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. I agree.
Do you have
Are
it?
you able
Do you,
to,
do you want me to
yeah, are
pull
you
it
able
up?
to pull it up? Yeah.
Yeah. Share screen. Here we go.
All right. All right. First things first, MSTR. They bought 34,164 Bitcoin. That's, I mean, MSTR is, I mean, Jesus, they are on a roll, man. I don't
Yeah,
know. This
yeah,
uh their product is like it's working too well. Like I'm like, okay, this can't be that good, right? What could
yeah,
possibly go wrong?
yeah. And it's just insane when you think of there's only 450 Bitcoin mined every day, and it's like
Yeah.
you guys realize that's gonna get cut in half too. Like,
Yeah. It's wild, man. Like this is more than like I put down the list of like this when they bought more than like in one day, they bought more than what is it? Every Who else has as much Bitcoin as 34,000? Let's see. Are you able to pull up the list of all the
like
top
treasury
100
companies.
companies? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can pull that up. But I mean, yeah, it's just crazy, especially everyone's like, "Oh, how are they gonna pay the dividends?" Bitcoin doesn't
Yep.
yield anything. It's like they just raised $2.5 billion in a day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's insane. That's insane.
yeah,
And it's crazy because like now I see like this like now when you understand Bitcoin and you like see what's going on, like it I can easily see Michael Saylor like in the future be compared to like the next like um Warren Buffett or like the and like see their company be like the next Berkshire Hathaway, and he's gonna be like then like our kids are gonna like they're gonna know him as like the best, maybe not, I don't know, probably the best investor of all time, probably.
yeah,
Like he saw this like before everybody else.
yeah,
I mean, maybe
yeah,
not before everybody else, but he saw this before every other like big companies. Like he's I mean, Coinbase could have done this, like a bunch of other companies could have done this, but he was the first one to actually execute. So
yeah.
that's huge, man. That's huge.
So yeah, they bought as much Bitcoin in a day as if that was their entire stack, they'd be in the top 5 of
Yeah.
all,
Oof. Crazy.
which is just
That's
insane.
crazy. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I see them being like probably number one company in the whole world, like in probably the next maybe a decade, maybe 2 decades. I don't know. I can't see the future, but if
Yeah,
they don't lose their Bitcoin, at some point it's inevitable, right? It's just
yeah,
like the amount of Bitcoin that they have is like that's like far more superior than like the amount of like how much, I don't remember the number on how much Warren Buffett holds like in cash. Like
yeah, just
300 billion or something like
straight
that.
cash just burning a hole in.
Yeah, just he's just holding crap that's losing 7% a year at least.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Sailor is just like stacking sats, and that's just increasing, well, like, let's say 30-50% a year. I mean,
yeah.
it's just like it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then, like, with their weekly buy, obviously, they'd be a top 5 company and a top 5 nation in terms of
Yeah,
Bitcoin holdings,
yeah.
which is pretty wild.
That's yeah. Whew. Wow, wow, wow. I
Yeah,
mean, as I'm a shareholder, so of course I'm a little bit biased, but I think I don't know. I see this working out. As long as they don't lose their Bitcoin, I see this going pretty well for them, really. So
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. Also, not saying that MSTR is at the end of the day, you know, Bitcoin is always better than MSTR. Just no, not financial advice. Not saying that go get some MSTR shares, but if you don't, if you want to play it safe, I mean, you got it. Bitcoin is the way to go. But I'm looking at MSTR and I'm like, wow, this is it's it's a discount.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, I think the general advice is good. Like, if you have money locked up, like somewhere in an account, like that's
Yeah,
where I'd, like
in
want to
like a
hold
Roth IRA
MSTR.
or whatever.
But
Yeah.
it's really hard to justify like telling someone to own MSTR shares instead of self custody Bitcoin. And
Okay.
at the end of the day, the holders of Bitcoin are the ones that are going to benefit from this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. I fully understand that. Hey, like there is a risk, of course. Like MSCR could not work out, and if I lose it, hey, you know what? I understand that Bitcoin is a savings account and MSTR is an investment. So an investment can always go on, but if it goes right, sheesh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So we'll see. Only time will tell.
yeah. I'll go back to the presentation here. And then yeah, that was just
Yeah,
the leaderboard, and then
right. And this one was interesting actually. Like the Arkham, just Morgan Stanley now posted a public address, and they have like I think about 16,000 Bitcoin. No,
Mhm.
1,600. Sorry,
Yeah. So
Bitcoin.
was this the ETF that just
Yeah,
came out and had like the lowest fees?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That I think like they're best performing or something like that. Like I found this interesting because they put this out there publicly. And it's like meanwhile, Sailor was kind of like, no, I don't want to show my public address and all that. So what are your thoughts about that actually? That one of the major banks is just like, oh yeah, there's a public address. We have Bitcoin now. Look at this. Like, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, like it's I definitely see both sides of it. Like yeah, on one hand, like MSTR, like they're already getting audited and stuff, like as a company. So I guess that's like a little different.
Hmm.
But I can also see the argument of wanting them to release proof of reserves. But I mean, at this point, with like how huge they are compared to every other player, it's easy to see the perspective of like just wanting to take every privacy like concern there is.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think?
No, I I mean, I think it's great that they are showing proof of reserve, but I'm thinking like, what if like it's like what if this just sends a signal like to other banks, oh, they are doing it, maybe we should have some too, and then like that just triggers it, I don't know, some sort of supply shock. I mean, I don't know, who knows, but I just find it interesting that one of the banks is just like putting it out there like publicly.
Yeah.
Because usually everybody's doing things behind the doors, trying to hide what they have and stuff like that. So no, this is yeah, this is new. This is new. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And it was really interesting how the Morgan Stanley Bitcoin ETF was able to kind of undercut the market with the 0.14% fee,
Hmm.
which
Yeah.
the higher fee competitors were 0.19 to 0.25 range. And it
Right.
just shows again, like Bitcoin as an asset, like as a financial asset, like even when you compare it to something like gold, like for gold ETF, you have to have like all the security around it, like the physical storage. You probably have to
Hmm.
pay someone for the space that you occupy the gold in, and then other
Yeah.
financial assets like real estate, obviously, with all the upkeep that goes with that. And with the Bitcoin ETF, you can just keep bringing that fee lower and lower because it doesn't cost anything
Right.
to hold Bitcoin in cold storage.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's my biggest problem with the ATM. It's like, why would you, just like you don't feel like you can advise someone to like buy MSTR over Bitcoin. It's like I feel like I would never advise ETF either. I mean, no, I would never advise anything, but like ETF is like, why would you pay for something that you can hold for free? You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless you really like you can't you don't understand technology, you don't have an iPhone, you still have a flip phone, you can't drive a car. If you're like old and you don't understand anything about anything, sure, go ahead and have some ETFs. But like, it's like, dude, like you can just buy your own Bitcoin on Strike or River or whatever, and self custody is not really that hard, really. It's just a matter of like are you motivated enough? I mean, if you can drive a car, you can take self custody. It's not that difficult. But
Yeah,
like you paying a fee every single year for someone else to hold your own Bitcoin is kind of like, eh,
yeah, for
that's I
sure.
don't know. But you know what? Good for them for taking advantage of it because I know there are other what is it like big companies that are not allowed to buy their own Bitcoin, so they are offering products so that they can take advantage of that. So good for them for doing it. But yeah, I'm not an ETF type of guy for sure. That's not my thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, again, unless you have, like, money in a retirement account or something that's locked up there, but, I mean, I just yeah, I guess I'd rather tell someone to just keep it on an exchange while you learn about self-custody
Hmm.
and then take that
Yeah,
step. 'Cause it's definitely, like, a gratifying process to know you actually own something and, be able to have full control over it.
yeah, yeah.
Can go next here.
Next up, the Bitcoin Scholars Fund. That is, I haven't, I didn't hear enough. I don't hear enough people talking about this, but that was something that I saw from Bitcoin News. It's like they are gonna try to raise 21 million dollars into for schools K-12 for Bitcoin education. It's like I don't know where this is gonna go. I don't know. This sounds like a good idea on paper, honestly. Like educating the younger kids about money, but when you really think about it, though, like if if we if they start teaching about money and all of that, isn't the entire financial system gonna collapse? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where this is going. Do you have any thoughts about that one?
Um, I mean, yeah, it's definitely interesting and, like, there's so many ways you can go with educating kids about Bitcoin, like, from monetary history, and we just never learn any of that stuff in school, like, I had
Mhm.
no idea what a gold standard was, like, in school, like,
Yeah.
if I was taught that, I don't remember learning it, but yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
so
never knew what money was. I never knew anything.
yeah, it's definitely interesting, and there was another, um, scholarship program, which I wanted to share here, that a local Bitcoiner, um, in Columbus was sharing, and so they're locking up each student receives $500 in Bitcoin securely held in a time-locked wallet until age 25. So I guess they're just,
Wow.
like, time locking, yeah, Bitcoin, and then I guess you can, like, donate and, like, fund students, so
Wow,
it'll
that's
be
pretty
interesting
dope.
to see where something
Yeah.
like this goes.
Okay, okay, okay. That's pretty dope. I like that. I like that. I like the idea of time locking Bitcoin and just, it's like the only thing you can actually truly like move into the future. Like you can, send your wealth away for a while. It's like it makes
Yeah,
Bitcoin so much more attractive. Like
yeah.
I love that idea.
I
Imagine you
wish
time lock like oh sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I wish we had something like this instead of, like, Social Security or
Yeah, I know.
stuff like that.
I already know I'm not gonna get Social Security. So I'm like, yeah. I mean, if I do, hey, great. But I
Yeah,
mean, by the time like I'm 65, that's probably not gonna exist. That's just yeah, I'm good. But I
yeah,
was gonna say, imagine you like time lock like just a million sats for like 30 years. Like I mean, that could be that's not much money right now, but 25 years from now, who knows? You just put that somewhere, forget about it for a while, and then you give that to your kids or grandkids or something like that. Sheesh.
yeah.
You
It's
know,
cool stuff.
and it helps you so that you don't think uh that much about it. You can't access it. You just leave it there, and all you have to do is wait. And I think that's one of the hardest thing in Bitcoin is waiting. Just most people are like, oh my god, I need that money right now. I need that quick win. But hey, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes.
And then more
Good
here.
old Iran. Oh Lord. So is this thing? I think right now it's closed, but they keep playing this game where oh it's open, it's closed, it's open, it's closed.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
turning
know.
into a joke, man. I'm like, what the heck is going on? This is I don't know. This is crazy. But it shows you the value of Bitcoin, man. 2010, $10,000 for Bitcoin, and now about 26 Bitcoin roughly can get a ship across. I mean, I know this is just a meme, but hey,
Yeah.
this is wild, man. You got any thoughts about this one?
Yeah, I mean the news story was definitely interesting about Iran accepting Bitcoin payments for the Strait. I don't know how much you looked into that or like how many payments were actually made, but it seems like
Right.
pretty huge news that not many people were aware of.
Yeah. No, I couldn't see like the full like full proof and how many Bitcoin exactly were, transacted. But yeah, I mean that's still pretty that's still a big deal, honestly. Like and I know some people are gonna say, oh look at they're gonna try to say, oh, Bitcoin is being used by criminals, by against, by our enemies and all of that. But it's like, no, that's not the point. The point is this is what why Bitcoin was created, so that it's just a tool that you can use so that you cannot get censored. Anybody can use it. No, you because what else if Iran wants to transact, what else can they can't really use gold. They can't use the US dollar, obviously. I mean, any other fiat currency can be blocked by somebody else because they can control it. So what else can they use? Are they gonna use like Shiba Inu coins? Like shit out of here.
Yeah.
So that's why Bitcoin, that's why it was created. And Bitcoin is just a tool that our enemies can use. And it's just like, knife, hammer, or a phone, criminals use all those things, but nobody complains about those things, right? It's just Bitcoin is just a tool at the end of the day,
Yeah.
So yeah,
And yeah, it's
but
just
good for them.
crazy to look at things priced in Bitcoin
Yeah,
over time.
yeah. Oh yeah, I know. And it's gonna be the same thing for houses too. Like a house right now, I think it's about like 3 to 4 Bitcoin ish. So if you're trying to save for a house, I mean, eventually at some point, it's gonna be 1 Bitcoin, half a Bitcoin, 0.1 Bitcoin. It's just gonna continue to go down over time. So yeah, because it is scarce.
Yeah.
Which then brings us to the characteristics of money. That's the main reason why Iran is using Bitcoin is mostly because of that last column right there, the censorship resistant part. It's just nobody can stop them, right?
Yeah, and then verifiability.
Yep.
I mean, it kind of goes along with that too, but like
Yeah.
means like even two countries who are at war with each other can transact with each other because
Yep.
you can watch it go along and then you see the transaction come through and you can push the ship through or whatever. But
Right. Right. Yeah. No, I know. I think that was like when I first saw, like, I mean, there are so many different graphs like this, and when I first saw it, it made sense. Like, just understand the difference between money and currency, and like understanding, okay, like um currencies can be they can be medium of exchange, they can be a unit of account, but they cannot be a store of value because they are not scarce. They just, people can create an infinite amount of currencies, and understand the characteristics of money really. I think if people knew that alone, I feel like understanding the characteristics of money and understanding scarcity, like, I mean, I feel like it would help them understand Bitcoin a little bit better. But we are not taught any of this in school. And then just, yeah, we just think that the paper, the US dollar or the yen, all of that, that's money. We just think that, oh, somebody, a government is supposed to issue money. So, oh well.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Now that brings us back to scarcity. Why is printing money a problem?
I mean, yeah, you have infinite units of currency to represent, the same amount of goods and services throughout the world. Like there are times, like brief times when prices go down, but over time, we've seen when, the state has access to a money printer, right? They're not responsible with that. And that's clear with the debt and sustained um, prices of everything just going up forever. But there's no stopping this train, as some people
Yeah.
say.
And it's not just the US problem, it's like every country is doing the same thing. It's if you're saving in something and somebody else can create more of it, then that little thing that you're saving is just gonna continue to lose value over time. It's just you have to find something that they can upprint. And we're not just like, we're not just saying, like, oh, buy Bitcoin to like pump our bags. It's just the logical thing to do right now. you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't want it's like, what else can we do? I mean, we could save in gold, but even gold is not as scarce as we think, right? It's just the supply does increase. Well, they say about 2% a year. So over time, you are gonna be a little bit diluted in gold as well. So yeah, Bitcoin is the scarcest asset that we have as of right now. So that's why we do Bitcoin.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just crazy to me that people still blame prices going up on like short-term factors like this law, this politician, this corporation. And I'd probably be in the same boat if it wasn't for Bitcoin. But like learning about
Yeah.
Bitcoin and being around other Bitcoiners too, like made me like want to learn about this stuff or feel like I have to learn about this stuff. So it's just
Yeah.
crazy
No.
like how it just seems so coordinated like that we were never taught to question this stuff. Like
hmm Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I agree. It's like because when you really think about it too, like it's like they they have no choice but to like hide the truth because the whole thing would collapse, and we probably would. I feel like we will probably have some sort of Great Depression again at some point because it's like it's hard to. How do you how do you it's like a plane that's about to crash, but but you're trying to like crash it slowly, or you're trying to like crash it in the water so that it doesn't there's not as much damage, but eventually it's going to collapse. Like you can't just print forever and expect things to be okay. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it's I don't know. They can't do this forever, you know? And that's why we're doing this. We're trying to like, educate more people so that they can protect themselves, early before this happens. This is not about getting rich. This is about protection, right? We're just telling you to go get your gunpowder, like Seferdina Booth says. It's that gunpowder. If you don't adopt it, shoot, goodbye. So go get it, man. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
And educate. I think education is probably the biggest thing too. Learn about it. Don't be lazy. Like just learn about the history of money. I think that's like probably the most important thing. Because just telling people, oh yeah, it's just buying Bitcoin by itself is not enough. But like read a book, learn something, man. Because what we talk, we sound like conspiracy theorists sometimes, where we just like talking about a bunch of nonsense. Most people think we're crazy, but like go read a few books and see if we actually like. I want people to actually fact check us. You know what I'm saying? Like just verify what we're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I think like I'm kind of paraphrasing, but Ludwig von Mises like talks about like credit expansion and basically how there's going to be some kind of um, depression or recession as a result of an economic boom brought about by credit expansion, which is like any boom that we've had, right? Like the Roaring
Yeah.
20s leading up to the Great Depression, right? Like it
Yeah.
was an economic boom brought about by credit expansion,
Yeah.
which is just inevitably gonna come crashing down at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's like the stock market, it crashes up, right? It's like when things go south, it's like because the dollar loses value. You ever seen the basically the like the Venezuelan, like basically their version of the S&P 500, instead of a crash, it's like it actually goes up in their dollar. It's like because their money just collapses and loses value, so their stuff
Yeah.
is worth a lot more. That doesn't mean they're richer, but like if you were holding their dollars, their whatever, the pesos, whatever it's called, that thing just, it's worth nothing really.
Yeah.
So, but
Which
yeah.
we haven't really seen something like that with Bitcoin necessarily. Like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
Bitcoin boom brought about by monetary debasement, which
Yeah.
that's like the exponential move.
Yeah. And that's why I put on that next slide, because I was looking at Bitcoin measured in currencies in a bunch of different countries, and it's like it's like in every currency it's just gonna go up, because you can always create more of those currencies. Like you can look up anything, Lebanon, Venezuela, Brazil, whatever, all these graphs, they look almost similar, except for the ones that are like they totally collapse, like the first one, like Iran in the first one. That's just a total collapse. But like it's the same pattern. It always goes up over time because you can always create more. Like I don't know, it's just it's like it seems so simple to me,
I
but
know.
like I don't know. It's just like, dude, I don't know, man. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, somehow it's not simple, and it's definitely frustrating, like feeling like we're repeating ourselves all the time, but it's just like that important, and it's not like common sense, common knowledge that when you measure something in a melting ice cube, it's gonna look larger over time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's just, I don't know, all of these, like we can look at the same thing, this graph again in like 5 years, 10 years. It's just gonna continue to go up. It's just gonna continue to go up because
Yeah.
the denominator is just, you creating more dollars. Like it's just if you're creating more dollars, eventually these things are gonna it's just gonna continue to become worthless.
Yeah.
Like, how do I explain this actually, like in a simpler way? I feel like I don't know. Are we just not, maybe we're not explaining this well enough. I don't know. I don't
Um,
know.
yeah, and I
Maybe
mean,
we might be terrible teachers. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, people love to say that Bitcoin's only worth what the next person's willing to pay for it, but I mean, that's
Yeah.
like truly the case with fiat. It like actually only has value because someone more powerful than you said it has value. Like there's nothing backing it at all. It's just a
Yeah.
central bank coupon at this point.
Yeah. And yeah, and that's why I believe, Bitcoin right now, 70 something thousand dollars. I don't know how much exactly, but like that's why I think it's gonna be worth over $100 million for sure at some point, because it's just like, I mean, as long as you keep measuring it in dollars, like it's just gonna continue to go up,
Yeah.
until it becomes the new unit of account.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want somebody to prove me wrong in the comments. If you're watching this later on, I want you to prove me wrong. Tell me why Bitcoin would not. I mean, as long as it stays decentralized and secure, of course, there's no stopping this train either. It's gonna be it's gonna just, Bitcoin doesn't change. But in dollar terms, it's just gonna continue to go up. There's no,
Yeah.
So these prices right now, even at $1 million, Bitcoin is gonna be at a discount, even $10 million, it's still gonna be cheap. So You
Yeah.
look at these countries, like I mean, freaking Iran, 100 billion. Is it a billion actually? 1 million, yeah, $100 billion. Wow, that's insane. Like $6 billion. I don't remember which country that is. This one looks like, I can't remember, but it's like it's crazy how it's worth like billions of dollars in other currencies, and I don't, and it's like what's the difference between those currencies and the US dollar, other than the US dollar being the global reserve currency?
Yeah. And
It's
yeah, it's
just
definitely tough for us because I mean it's just like as simple as like 1 + 1 = 2, and like how many
yeah,
more ways can we explain that? And
yeah,
definitely just
yeah.
sounds repetitive.
It does, it does, it does.
And then yeah. I
Oh yeah,
mean,
that's basically what we were talking about. I mean, yeah, I want somebody to prove me wrong. Tell me why it won't be worth $100 million plus. I mean, you know, like I said, the US dollar versus the Iranian real, like the US dollar, yes, it is the global reserve currency, but other than that, they are both fiat currencies, which is they're just being created out of thin air, not backed by anything. There's no there's no difference. It's just fiat currency. Eventually they all there is a research about like 700 plus fiat currencies that they did, and they all gone to zero. Every single one of them. So what's stopping the US dollar from going to zero? It already has lost 98+%, of its value since the creation of the Federal Reserve in 1913. So it's
yeah.
gonna drop another 98%. It's gonna continue that. It's gonna continue to drop in value. So yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to explain this to people without being, I don't know,
Yeah.
without sounding too crazy.
And the classic chart here that
Yeah.
I use all the time in my videos.
Yeah, I love this chart. I love this chart because it really truly shows you like how early we are. Because then you have like because it's like, I mean, right now Bitcoin is probably it's definitely less than 2 trillion right now, but if people are saying, oh yeah, it's gonna be worth 400 trillion, you got Jeff Booth thinks that it's gonna be worth the whole total thing, which I agree with. It's gonna eventually be worth, I mean, not be worth, but it's going to become the new unit of account. So we are this shows us how early we are, honestly. Like under $2 trillion. Eventually, if it does, when it does go to 400 trillion, I think that's like $21 million per coin. So
Yeah.
it's like, dude, we are so early into this.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
when
it would have been. Oh, go ahead, huh?
yeah, just like when people realize real estate is a house that degrades over time, like it's just
Yeah,
crazy like how fiat distorts incentives and just like our perception of things because it's like in what world is a house supposed to be something that just goes up in price
yeah,
forever when
yeah,
it only gets more outdated, it only starts crumbling and like succumbing to the pressures of earth
yeah.
acting on it, like it's just such like
It,
a backwards world.
yeah, it's a depreciating asset, man. It's just like a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's wild. Like we're using real estate as an investment. It's just, yeah, it's sad, man. I feel like in like in a couple of decades from now, our kids and grandkids are gonna look at us, not us, but like that 50-year experiment that we had, or 50, what is it, since 1971, since we got off the gold standard. The fact that we still believe that, oh yeah, this money backed by nothing is totally fine, that we still used it. I don't know, we're gonna look stupid. It's just dumb, like that we're doing this, really.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah. It just seems too simple.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's yeah, crazy. I mean, there's one of these images like that shows like MSTR and like how they're directly competing in all of these squares too, and that's just like
Oh
even
yeah,
more momentum and gravity, like working on like it's not Bitcoin's not only relying like on people like you and me to educate people on it and like eventually learn what it is and then realize it's the best store of value. Like there's even more forces at play where MSTR is like leveraging this fiat scam system and like using that like to like implode itself in a way. It's like pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I remember seeing that graph. Yeah. It's a wild time, man. Wild times.
Yeah.
It's like Bitcoin is like it's like watching like LeBron James or like a young athlete when they were like 17 and they're about to like become like the next best thing, and we're actually like noticing that in real time. Really, that's basically we're like, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I'm honestly, man, I'm glad that I'm not one of those people that dismissed it and did not give a damn about it. I'm glad that I'm actually like interested into this, because this is like the, I don't know, this is amazing, man, to experience, honestly. Like just watching this like play out, like, and it's like one of the biggest thing in like life too, because like it's like money is like one of the things that we need in society, that we for the like, we have never had perfect money until 2009. Never. It's crazy that this is happening right now, like in our timeline, in our lifetime. That's wild, man. That's wild.
Yeah. And Jesse Myers, who the guy who like actually created this chart, like he like wrote this piece like once in a species, and basically argues that like it's not even like a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's a once in a species
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting read. He goes into like anthropology and like even like the differences in the human species and like what makes us like crave scarcity, things like
Yep.
that. It's super interesting.
Yeah. I love that. And then the next slide, like, is like, I didn't really do too much research, and I just briefly asked AI like what was the total global wealth in like back in year 2000, and it's like maybe it was 400 trillion. But like it's like, if you think about it, like some people are saying, oh yeah, Bitcoin is going to be worth 400 trillion. Can you imagine like saying that to somebody back in like 2000, like saying, oh yeah, Bitcoin is going to be worth four? Like it just shows you like then that number 1 quadrillion, that number is always going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up. There's no ceiling for that number at all. Like it's just shows, I don't know, man. It's just wild to think about, man. Like the money printing just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop until everything crashes, and then or until we learn to start measuring things in like a true measuring tool, something that doesn't change, in satoshis.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's why like people have asked me like, oh, how high do you think Bitcoin can go? Like I don't have an answer. I'd probably sound insane just being like, there's no ceiling because you're measuring
There
it in
is none.
dollars. Like
there isn't a ceiling. Like it's so cute when you like when you like see like those financial times saying, oh yeah, Bitcoin will hit 180. Or it's like okay, like when it hit 180, you think it's gonna stop there? Like it's like, okay, like no, there's no ceiling for this thing. It's gonna go there. Maybe it's gonna drop a little bit. It's gonna continue to go up because we're gonna keep printing more money until we stop. I mean, somehow, if the government or the Federal Reserve just, I don't know. I don't even know. There's no way. Even if they
printing money.
Wait, go ahead.
Just decides to stop printing money.
Yeah. Like, and if they stop, it's like, okay, how you gonna pay for all the damage that you did before?
You're not.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is like the easiest. It feels like it's the easiest trade of all time. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, dude, I'm just a nurse and I saw this. How come those people in suits and all they do is looking at money? They're looking at, like, they literally looking at and money and graphs and companies, that's all they do. How can you not see this? Or they maybe they are purposefully just miss what's the word, like they're not telling people this on purpose so that the population doesn't know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like we like how are we into this and we understand what's going on and they don't. And when they have degrees, when they have the degree and they have, they have all of that all the time, like it's like, dude, you really cannot see what's happening right now. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's frustrating, especially when you see those big accounts, like, and they're like crapping on Bitcoin and they don't notice the problem with fiat itself. It's like, okay, sure, you can say Bitcoin is trash, but what solution do you have? You know? So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel like the scary part of that question is like the solution they have is just to institute a different, like governmental system to manage the money differently. They think it's just like a managing money problem. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had
It's
people
like
say like, "Oh, look at the national debt." Like, "Oh, it's just because our country's has been really bad at managing money," and it's like this administration's fault or this administration's fault. It's just
yeah.
yeah,
It goes back to like it goes back to like the definition of insanity, doing the same crap over and over again, expecting a different result. It's like, dude, we've been doing this forever. Like, when are we gonna just say, okay, maybe we need something new, maybe we should try a different thing, something that, a different form of money that somebody else cannot control, somebody else cannot print more of. So, you know yeah, I mean, they are totally okay being insane, I guess that's I guess that's, I don't know
yeah,
but wild times, man, wild times.
yeah. What was next
But
here?
yeah, oh yeah, that was, I think that's the last slide. I mean,
Mhm,
we can't give financial advice, but hey, I guess all I can say is maybe get a few sats if you can afford it. I think,
mhm,
like, the math was, if you divide Bitcoin equally amongst everybody on the planet, if it was decentralized, everybody would be able to have, not decentralized, if it was like equally divided, everybody would be able to have 250 or 260,000 sats. So hey, maybe you get 250,000 sats and then you start learning. Like, just at least get a few sats, just in case it catches on, just in case. Not financial advice, but you never know. You never know. If the dollar has lost 98% plus of its purchasing power since 1913, why not try to have something on the side? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
just try and
yeah,
then start learning, man.
yeah. When I'm okay offering financial advice because my advice has always been like buy $1 a week, like
Yeah,
$5 a week. I'll be
yeah,
liable for that. That's fine. You lose
yeah,
like when my girlfriend and I started dating, I told her like just buy $100 worth of Bitcoin and if you lose it, I will
yeah,
reimburse you. And then
yeah,
she was like, I mean, she watched it like double in dollar
yeah.
price and stuff and that was kind of like part of like what got her interested in it. It's like, dang, he's that
Yeah,
confident.
that's good.
There might be something to it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. No, honestly, yeah, it's like, like, I like the idea of like buying first and then learn second, because like you don't want, because dude, there's so much to learn about Bitcoin. You'll never stop learning. I mean, I've been learning, dude. I spent thousands of hours learning, and there's still so much I don't know. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah. I mean, talking about learning though, what are your favorite books, beginner friendly, things that you would suggest?
Um, let's see. I mean, the Bitcoin standards always go to, but I feel like that's overdone.
Yeah.
Um, I'm reading a book right now that's just called The History of Money.
Hmm.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I definitely feel like I need to read more. I don't know about
Yeah.
you.
No,
Uh,
no, no. Same here. Same here. Yeah. No, I do. I do. Like, I've been like trying to learn more about like history, and
mhm,
then like I stopped like learning as much about Bitcoin, to be honest. Like I'm like, okay, I understand like
Yeah.
that this is safe enough for now. I'm like trying to learn history and trying to learn other things. I mean, there's still so much more I can learn about. Like if I know eventually I'm gonna go back to learning, like learning more about like mining, like a bunch of other stuff. But like right now, I'm just like there's so much like there's so many different rabbit holes that I want to go down to. Like, I mean, the past few months I went down the food and medicine rabbit hole, and Jesus, that was heavy. It's just dark. It's just it's sick. Like the things that like some of those things you can't even say on YouTube. It's just it's
Yeah.
wild. But now it's like now I'm like learning about other things. So, but yeah, there's just so much to learn, honestly. Like, and I think that's the best part about Bitcoin too. It's like it's not just about like, oh yeah, I'm buying this to become rich. You just
Yeah.
become more educated. You become a better person. You I don't know. You become a better version of you, really, when you
Yeah.
start learning about Bitcoin. So I love that.
Yeah. And yeah, the Austrian economics, stuff like that is really interesting. Like
Mm.
Mises, Hayek, like guys
Yep.
like that. And
Yeah.
it kind of like they were definitely like pre-Bitcoiners in a
Yep.
way, just advocating for sound money. I mean, the only thing they had to reference was the gold standard, but um,
Yep.
I've been trying to read more of their stuff as well.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, it's like it's wild to think about like guys like Henry Ford who always thought about having energy back
Yeah.
money. So
Hmm.
like this is not like Bitcoin is not an idea that just came up like 17 years ago. This has been an idea for a long time. We just never knew how to make it happen. But now we finally have something. It's just we just need to educate more people, I guess. That's all. But this is not something that's just like some Ponzi scheme waiting to explode. We just early, I guess.
Yeah, and the Henry Ford thing is definitely crazy. Like, I wonder like how thought out of an idea that was, but I wonder what that actually would have looked like if they tried
Right.
to implement that at the time. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been tough, especially like without the internet. I feel like,
Yeah, for sure.
because it's like I think the just being able to have something that is not physical
Yeah.
makes it perfect money. Like it's hard to have something physical, like to have something physical, have all the characteristics of money. It's impossible. Yeah, I mean, like if you look at all the characteristics of money, it's like I don't think something physical could have been money. So
Yeah.
I think with the internet, it made money like possible, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if that made sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that's wild, man. That's wild. There's so much. There's so many things you can go down, so many rabbit holes, so many like ideas, like things that happened in the past. Like, wow, I don't know. Dude, like it's like it's crazy because like when I was like back in college, I was never like this excited about learning. And
Yeah.
then now now I'm like, dude, like what book should I read now? Like I'm like excited. Like I actually look forward to like actually well, I usually use Audible, but like I look forward to actually learning more now, which is yeah, it's crazy to think about. Never thought that would be a thing.
Yeah.
So I love it, man.
Are you kind of more into like the food stuff right now?
I am, yeah.
Figuring
I
out
I
more?
have been.
Mhm.
I took like I'm not gonna say a break, but like I'm starting to dive into like there are a few books like about like the law of attraction.
Mhm.
There's like the book of the secret.
Yeah.
Things about like the right now I'm diving into like the more of like the purpose of life type style of books, like understanding time and like things like that. And like that's also like crazy because like it's like that's like like understanding that time is one of those things that's like it's like that is like a lot more valuable than money. It's because a lot of us we just chase money, and then at the end of the road, if all you do is just chase money, like then like people don't ask what was my purpose. So I think understanding that time is more valuable than money, than Bitcoin is actually one of those things that I've been like diving into, spending time with family and all of that, like finding the right balance, I think has been one of the things that I've been doing. So, and then yeah, those things about like law of attraction, all of this, like the power of manifestation and all of this, like I've been diving a lot more into those areas. That's been pretty interesting. I mean, it sounds like I don't know, some people say, oh, that's it's all BS, like you can't manifest things, but like dude, it's true. Like if you have a positive mindset and you actually think positively, like it affects, it just brings positivity to your day. Like if you wake up and you're just like, oh, this sucks, oh, this bad, you're like, dude, of course you're gonna have a shitty day. Like if you think positively and you clear your brain, you're trying to live stress free, and you actually manifest positivity in your brain, then yeah, it's going to work. You have to believe it too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
I don't think that, I feel like that's not for everybody, but it's just a
Yeah.
few people. Some people are just not gonna like that subject, but I like
Yeah.
it. I don't know. Have you ever dove down that
Yeah.
rabbit hole?
Yeah, I've read a
Yeah.
lot of those books. Like,
Yeah.
one I really like is Abraham and Esther Hicks. It's called Money and the Law of Attraction.
Yeah.
That's like
Nice.
a really good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those have
Yeah. No, I
definitely
like that.
shaped my worldview a lot.
Yeah. No, I know. And then like what is his name? God, I'm blanking. Napoleon, like all those
Yeah,
old
yeah, Think and Grow
dudes.
Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think and go, yep. Oh yeah, those are, it's funny because like I feel like I read it before, but before, like when like maybe like 10 years ago, but like I didn't really, was it, I can't remember, but like I didn't really care for it back then. Then now that I'm reading it again, it's like, oh, like this makes sense. Like I feel like I have to be in the right mindset to understand what the book is about. Not every book is like, you have to be in the right like stage of life to understand what somebody else is explaining. I don't know if you agree with that or not.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's almost like Bitcoin, some people are just not ready to hear it. Some people just, even if you bring it up to them, it's like, dude, it's like, yo, I don't give a damn about this thing, dude. I'm trying to go to work and pay my bills and pick up this extra shift so I can, like pay my credit card or whatever.
Yeah.
But so yeah, there has to be a need to know for almost everything in life, basically. So yeah.
Yeah, which is a hard lesson to learn.
True.
Not everyone's ready to hear it.
Yeah. True. But yeah, man. But no, that's all we have for now. So
Yeah,
get
good
a few
stuff.
sats,
Yeah.
start learning.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you got any value, if you're watching now or watching later, I have a QR code in the top right corner. If you want to zap us some sats on Lightning, and that'd be appreciated. Do you have
Yes,
anything
sir.
else to plug?
Nah, I mean, no, that's all. Just follow the both of us on YouTube. And yeah, we're gonna keep educating people, although we both think that we keep repeating ourselves, but we know that there are people that need to hear it. So we're gonna keep doing our thing, man. We're gonna keep doing our thing.
Yeah, we should be back next week, I think.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna try to
Joey,
keep
hopefully.
this. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna try to keep this consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Cool.
man.
All right.
Love it.
Well, thanks for
We'll
tuning
see you
in.
guys
and
next time.
See you later. Peace.
Peace.